Hey guys, it's Kyle, and what the f is up?
What the fuck is up, Kyle? No, what did you say, dude? What the fuck, dude? Step the fuck up, Kyle.
Hi guys, it's Nyra. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, what's up? What's up? Is it bothering you that my ears are tucked into my headband? I hope it is. So I am gonna be doing my makeup today and talking about conspiracy theories. That's all this video is. There's hair on my mouth. I've fallen down a rabbit hole again recently about conspiracy theories. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing anything too basic like, Mandela effect or, like 9/11, Illuminati, celebrities and reptiles. Those are like the basic ones. If you guys want me to continue doing videos like these and I talk about those, then I will. But for this video, I wanted to talk about two, maybe three if we have enough time, conspiracy theories that are like so interesting to me. One of them is just like, okay then. And then the other one is like, what?
A lot of people will be scared here. A lot of people will be scared, and I'll name them.
So yeah, the first conspiracy theory that we're going to be talking about is crazy, okay? We're going to be talking about the conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne has been replaced by a clone, a body double, a stunt double, a look-alike, whatever you want to call it. So if you don't know who Avril Lavigne is, she is a Canadian pop star, more like a rock star, but like, I don't know. She's just like the coolest chick ever, especially like back in the 90s, early 2000s. Early 2000s, Avril Lavigne was that chick. She sings the song that's like, hey, hey, you, I don't like your girlfriend, that song. And she sings, he was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. She sings that song. And she sings, why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're really edgy, like kind of goth girlfriend vibes, She was huge. She was huge early 2000s, like for real. So the conspiracy theory, I'm just going to say it because it sounds crazy. There's no way for me to like tiptoe around it. People believe that in 2003 or around there that Avril Lavigne died and was replaced by a body double named Melissa. Now, a lot of people dismiss this theory, but at the same time, there are a lot of people that like really believe it. And I can see both arguments. Now I'm going to give you guys the facts and we can talk about what you guys believe, what y'all think is true, and I'll tell you guys what I personally believe, even though nobody asked. It's my channel though. The reasons that people say this is because 2003, Avril's style started to change on the red carpet. She was very punk rock, very tomboyish. That's how she was branded at first. And then in 2003 on, red carpets, paparazzi fixtures, we see a change in her style, and this can be easily dismissed as you grow and change as a person, your style evolves as well, However, there are people that were comparing old pictures of her prior and post 2003. People began not only comparing, the difference in her style and whatnot, but comparing a change or an alleged change in facial features. So people say that the corners of her eyes are different, that certain facial features are different, like, she has a different nose and stuff like that. And, like I said, I'm going to give you guys just the facts of it. And I have to play devil's advocate for both sides, really. Plastic surgery exists. It would not be wild that someone who has money and has been famous since they were a teenager got plastic surgery. We see that literally all the time. literally all the time. So I don't know. I feel like although you can look and see, I'm not gonna lie, I don't see a huge difference in facial features, but I do see a difference. And so I can see why some people are like, oh, look, here's proof that the conspiracy is true. But even plastic surgery aside, people's faces just change and grow all the time, especially your nose. Your nose is the one part of your face that is ever changing and like ever evolving, even if it is slight, even if it's not drastic differences. As you age, as your face changes, as you know, develop, your face is gonna change. And so her nose being different and the corners of her eyes being different can easily be dismissed, if not by just growing and changing. Plastic surgery. I don't know. Okay, I'll say what I believe at the end of it. But for now, let me finish giving you guys like the actual facts of the conspiracy. That's kind of a contradiction, the facts of the conspiracy theory. Like, so fans also believe that Avril was replaced by a lookalike, a stunt double, whatever, because some lyrics that they believe to be hints. I'm going to try to find the lyrics again and put them on the screen, but the lyrics were something like, the day that you went away, nothing was the same. And then some lyrics about like, you know, self-harm, because a lot of people believe that the reason Avril allegedly passed away and was replaced was because she took her own life, which is such a sad thought. But yeah, and then the last reasoning that people believe this conspiracy theory is that Avril and Melissa have never been in the same room together. And honestly, is that not a solid reason? After years of speculation that Avril Lavigne is no longer living and has been taken over by this person, you would, if it is not true, you know, you would expect at some point these two people to cross paths and publicly be like, hey guys, look, you know? So I'm not even gonna lie, that is the most, that's the most compelling piece of evidence in this whole conspiracy to me personally. It's like, you know what? In any other circumstance, like if it's just like, if people didn't have a name for the potential body double and couldn't put like, you know, a name to it, then that would make more sense. Like, oh, we just think that this person is a clone. You know, then there's like no way to prove it. But the fact that they say, we think that this person has been replaced by this person and they've never been in the same room together, it's like, okay, come on. Like, what is this an episode of The Twilight Zone or what? Let me tell you guys what I personally believe. I personally don't know. I'm terrible. I made you guys wait to the end of the conspiracy to tell you what I believe, just to be like, I don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't know, maybe. Honestly, I don't think so. I think that if Avril's her features have changed, it's just because she maybe grew. Her style has changed because she grew. Like, you know, that's what happens when people get older. They grow, they change. Could be plastic surgery or like Botox and stuff as well. Hollywood is a very dirty, dark, nasty, scary place. So say that this did happen, Nyra would not be surprised, okay? I would not be shocked in the slightest, you know? Worse has happened. So if you thought that the first conspiracy was crazy, please prepare yourself for this absolute monstrosity. So there are people that believe Australia doesn't exist. It's a whole country. People don't even think it's real. This one is going to be wild from start to finish. So please have a seat. So Australia was founded by the British government as a penal colony, and people believe that it actually is just a cover-up for mass murder. People believe that the British government, instead of sending people, well, prisoners are still people. I didn't mean to say it like that. But people believe that the British government, instead of sending prisoners to Australia to be used as a penal colony, they actually killed them. And so Australia is one big cover up for mass murder, but then it just went too far. And so they had to keep the lie rolling. Here's the thing about this conspiracy theory that I cannot wrap my head around, right? It's a place. You physically can go there and disprove this, right? You would think it ends there, and it doesn't. People legitimately believe that when you go to Australia, that you're not actually in Australia, and that you're actually somewhere in South America, but not Australia, because Australia isn't really real, you know? Also, people believe that the inclusion of Australia on maps and GPS is, you know, in aid of the huge, big British government conspiracy, you know? Gotta keep the conspiracy going any means necessary, even if it means getting private companies involved to include Australia on a map or a GPS system. I know that you're thinking what I was thinking when I had gathered this much information. How can you say that Australia is not real when people literally live there? There are people that live there and operate as normal human beings in Australia every day. I am embarrassed for the people that believe this to say this. People believe that people that live in Australia are actors. It's all a facade.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
They are actors. What? Actors or brainwashed? Dog. What the? What? Can I tell you guys why that part of the conspiracy makes me laugh the most? Because that would mean that one of my favorite YouTubers, Isabella Fiore, is just pretending, just acting, just straight up like, hey guys, it's Bella. I live in Australia, but I don't really live in Australia. Like, and then there's also a theory about Australia not actually existing that coincides with the flat earth theory. Want to hear it? Because I'm going to tell you. So this one's a doozy, okay? Like, before I even say this, please keep in mind that I'm telling you a conspiracy theory that supports the idea that the earth is flat and that Australia doesn't exist. Like, there's nothing reasonable about this. Don't shoot the messenger, please, God. So the theory is as so. The British government committed mass murder of the prisoners and said that they were at Australia, even though Australia didn't exist. However, want to know how they killed them? They pushed them off the side of the earth. Now, the thing about this conspiracy theory is I saw a lot of places that said it kind of started as a joke, but then like people started believing it and like it kind of took off. And isn't that just terrifying? Isn't that just so scary? Okay, so lucky us, we do have time for another conspiracy theory. The third one I'm going to be talking about is less a theory and kind of like just a conspiracy. Like, it's kind of true, it's kind of concrete, but it's just like really weird. So yeah, last conspiracy theory, we're going to be talking about how the Simpsons is very eerily predicting the future. It's very crazy, and it's not generic either. Like, it's not like, oh, in 10 years we'll have a Democratic Party winner for president, because you know, then you have like, you know, you're batting 50-50. It's very specific, like them about a decade in advance predicting that Donald Trump will be president. Very scary, very specific. I know that this one probably seems like a silly one, but it really does intrigue me because I'm a firm believer in like life imitates art. What you put out there, and art imitates life, and you know, vice versa. What you put into the universe will come to fruition. You can speak things into existence. You can believe things so much that they become true and they become reality for you. I believe all that. And so to see that happen, like literally like on such a large scale and on something so mainstream is nuts to me. It's just nuts. So the Donald Trump one is obviously the most generic. Some of my favorite Simpsons predictions, the fact that they predicted smartwatches 20 years in advance. We're talking like before this was even thought of. Obviously, you know, one of the ones that everybody cites, the whole 9/11 thing. I don't really like to talk about 9/11. It's super heavy, but you know, that's one. The Ebola crisis, the Ebola virus breaking out the way that it did. Now, the Ebola virus has been around, obviously, but you know, the outbreak that happened that was predicted by the Simpsons. They even predicted something as specific as Disney purchasing Fox. Like, incredible. It's kind of been, not to say like debunked, but I know there are a few articles that talk with the Simpsons writers about like their method for like predictions. But like even still, it is so almost eerie to me. I don't know, like obviously you can look at the state of current things and, you know, make reasonable predictions, but the way that they just have had so many successes, I don't know. Maybe I'm just someone who likes to believe in conspiracy theories, and so, you know, I just like the idea of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was so much fun sitting down, getting some creative release out, doing my makeup. Mercury is in retrograde right now, so it's kind of ruining my life. So it felt really good to just sit and talk to you guys about the conspiracy theory hole that I fell down. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Head over to my Instagram and follow me because I'm so cute. And I'll see you guys in my next video.